Nobody, and I mean nobody else, wanted to. And her opponent, it's her pro debut. I mean, not a lot to find on her.
Well, when you're at the top of the heap, this is part of the problem. They're not going to put you in the UFC until you have a certain amount of fights. You can't get a certain amount of fights when you're a world class at something at this level. It makes it really difficult. It's a conundrum that you have to solve, and eventually it's just like, hey, I'm putting it out everywhere. You can only fight one fight deals usually because you go where the fights are. And usually the regional promoters are cool about stuff like that. Luckily, we've been able to find Becca Irwin an opponent here because in her debut, she was unbelievable.
Yeah, and I do stand corrected, as in our opening bout, Mike and I were talking about Kenya Rosas fighting Mia Graw, and that fight being scratched because of weight issues. It was actually Rosas was supposed to fight Becca Irwin. And then the Rosas had some weight issues on their side, and the Irwin team,
yeah.
I don't think the commission allowed it because it was such a big bust. So they got, it's funny, they got Rosas to fight against Graw, and that fight we saw ended up going split for Graw. And then we got Becca, a new opponent here, and Stacy Gonzalez, who is getting checked by the refs now. And again, stylistically, kind of a surprise for us too. There wasn't a lot of tape footage on her. But, I mean, she was ready to face the challenge. That is her opponent, who will meet just in a moment. Stacy's in the cage. Let's meet the prospects everyone is so hot on. Here's Wayne.
Please welcome to the red corner, Becca Irwin.
Becca Irwin making her way to the cage. Pro record of 1 win, 0 losses, has a wealth of kickboxing and Muay Thai experience, has been fighting since she was a young teenager and made that transition to MMA just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, over 100 combat sports competitions, just the top of the heap when it comes to striking in this women's division. And I mean, she is one of those strikers that's generational. At 24 years old, I mean, she has about as bad of intentions and as good a technique as it gets.
There you see our tail of the tape. Stacy, the younger fighter. Becca, the taller fighter. And Becca has shown up on weight 2 times, and the fights fell through. In her pro debut, it fell through. Then she was able to fight, and her next fight fell through. And then now on her 4th attempt, we got an opponent. Yeah, Becca Irwin putting girls to sleep with elbows in the clinch when she was just a teenager. Looking to do the same thing here as an adult.
Yeah.
All right, we got her in the cage. A lot of people cannot wait to see this fight take place. Let's get it started. Here's Wayne.
The following contest, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Flyweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 5 feet 7 inches tall, and she weighed in officially at 125.4 pounds. Fighting out of Managua, Nicaragua. Tonight, she makes her professional debut. Here is Stacy Mindieta Gonzalez. And introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, and she weighed in officially at 125.4 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, she holds a professional record of 1 win, no losses. This is Becca Irwin. Your referee in charge, JJ Ferraro.
The other thing about Becca, cool as a cucumber.
Oh my God, she just front kicked her in the face. Oh, but Stacy's just firing back. To try to just out-technique her on the feet is I mean, not impossible, but so challenging. I think Stacy's game plan here is great. Crowd her, flurry on her, try to make it ugly, try to make it hard. It's a loud front kick. I think what we heard was that the teeth clapping together. Because that front kick hit Stacy right in the jaw. She handled it very well. Oh man, some really big clinch knees from Becca Irwin. She got that big, strong frame.
And what a good job by Stacy Gonzalez too.
And Gonzalez is just oh man, step in left knee there from Becca. Oh, and one to the face. Nice. Oh man, that full tight Clum Anderson Silva style. Oh man.
And Becca is so good at finding the strong spots to strike from.
Stacy though, a gamer. Firing back, not covering up at all. Oh, nice elbow.
Man.
And another, and another.
And Stacy with a nice overhand right there on the break.
She's putting up a great fight. Oof.
Oh, man.
Man, and those knees are crazy. They'll crack your sternum, they'll break your forearm. Saw that in UFC once. They'll puncture your liver. Oh man, that big elbow hurt her. Dropped her.
Yeah, Becca Irwin is just administering unbelievable violence here on Stacy Gonzalez. And Stacy coming back, firing with shots of her own.
Yes, Stacy needs to keep those over-unders. It's because it's from that full tie clinch where Becca will rifle off those knees and elbows.
Becca's got to be wondering what the hell is going to make this girl go down.
And honestly, look at the face of Stacy. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
She's not cut from the elbow. She's not swollen from any strikes.
Yeah, Becca Irwin has landed some devastating shots here, and Stacy Gonzalez just keeps coming. Oof. Oh, man.
And on a single now is Stacy. She's got a good bite on the position. Tries to chain off to a double leg. Becca does a good job pummeling that left arm under. Back in on that single, Stacy. She's got her hands together.
She's got both legs now.
Oh, nice knee on the stand-up.
Stacy doing a pretty good job here of making this ugly.
Yeah, and finding her moments. And honestly, weathering all that damage really well.
And Stacy Gonzalez trying to give Becca some of her own medicine here.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if that's the best game plan, but she's doing it.
She is, and she's doing it well. Oh, Becca thought about her naked choke. She's the only person who can turn her naked choke into a full tie clinch. Just when she was trying to do some jiu-jitsu, it morphed right into Muay Thai.
Yeah, 30 seconds left here in the first round, and we've seen some devastating striking, some very masterful striking from Becca Irwin, but man, we have seen Stacy Gonzalez go right through it and just turn this into a brawl.
That's a good right hand.
Yeah, big right hand.
Foot stomp. Ah. Man, what a round.
Yeah.
What a round. Definitely a Becca Irwin round, but I'll tell you, Stacy, I mean, she won the last minute and a half, maybe two.
Yeah, coming off that clinch, it looks like that's been Stacy's best punches, coming off that clinch, she's throwing over the clinch of Becca Irwin and landing. And then when Becca lets go, she's just barraging with these rights and lefts until she misses, and then she backs up. Becca grabs her again. She's doing the same thing again. Kind of a wild game plan here from Stacey Gonzalez, but effective. I mean, nonetheless,
Man,
landed some big punches.
And then, you know, Becca landed some real knees and elbows. It didn't really bug Stacey. If she can't put her with those, what can she put her with? She's gonna have to figure that out here in round 2. Maybe play the distance game a little bit more. But I mean, a real enigmatic round 1 here from Stacey. Nice inside kick there from Becca. Yeah, we saw almost everything go close quarters in round 1. My guess is his coach has told her to maintain the range. Oh, there was a high kick.
Yeah, for Stacey, I would imagine her coach has said, the stuff you did there in the last minute, keep doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, Stacey trying to turn this into just an ugly, dirty boxing match with a lot of cage work, trying to make Becca use a lot of strength to kind of reverse these positions and, you know, maybe just wear Becca out.
Yeah, and then like physical, personal body durability plays such a tremendous factor in MMA. I think that's why Drickus does so well. He's just a tank of a man. Stacey, a tank of a lady. She's been hit with some huge shots and not only didn't slow down, she sped up.
Yeah.
And she's worn it tremendously well as she looks untouched. And she must have got hit with over 100 strikes in round 1.
Yeah, and not just strikes. I mean, like strong.
Full clinch, knees and elbows.
Yeah, just a wild set of exchanges here. And we know, you know, Becca Irwin is going to be patient. She's going to, you know, choose her shots well. She's going to, you know, her technique's going to be flawless. We know that. And I think Stacey knows that too. And she's just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep just pushing through. I'm going to make it as dirty as I can. And she's doing a pretty good job of it so far.
Yeah. I mean, Becca needs to try to pummel an underhook and turn and get her back off the cage. 'Cause, I mean, this time's been just getting eaten up. Yeah, you heard her coach call for the underhook. She listens well. If there's anything Becca Irwin is, it's coachable. Nice knee. And get a good elbow.
It just looks like Stacey's so good at crowding those punches, those elbows, and crowding the knees where it's not as effective. It's like hitting her in awkward spots. You know, because you can't take a shot like that with the corner of the elbow. So it's almost like it's hitting on the forearm or maybe even past the elbow a little bit and hitting it like at the top of near the bicep.
Yeah, it's hard to generate real good power on those. They got to land in such a specific way. So Stacey did have a ton of amateur fights. She ended up going 5-3 with some kickboxing wins as well. Had a title fight down in South America. She was undefeated 2-0 in kickboxing. So, I mean, the debut pro fight told one story, but she got a lot of MMA. She got a lot of cage experience, more than Becca. Becca more ring time, but it's a different animal. As someone, I've done boxing, kickboxing, Thai, and MMA. And MMA is the most unique of them all. The other ones do kind of feel like a sport, whereas MMA is a fight. A little more sinister in the feelings department. Getting locked in a cage. It's different than walking into a ring.
Yeah.
He broke him up and shoved him apart. Nice, Becca sitting down.
Oh,
man.
That's got to be frustrating for Becca to feel like she has her in a decent position and then just she unloads those big overhands, just a barrage. of right and left hooks there.
Yeah, I don't know if Stacy's thrown a straight punch.
I don't think.
And she's had success. I mean, it's just right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook.
Yeah, and then straight to the clinch, and then straight to this dirty boxing game where she's wrestling a little bit. She's, a lot of cage work. She's doing a good job of staying, crowding the range a little bit so that when she does take something, they're not as effective as they would be, if you were at range. So, crowding Becca, I think she's got probably the most masterful game plan you could possibly have against a striker like Becca Irwin.
Yeah. I mean, I think Stacy wins round 2. I mean, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All the cage pressure, the striking volume, if anything, maybe on Stacy's side from the rapid hooks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and the fact that how and when they landed, I mean, they were clean punches they landed on Becca. So, this is one round apiece, I think.
Crazy. I mean, if you look at it on paper, there probably were odds. I'd be curious if there were odds for this fight. Because in Fury and local fights, sometimes you see some like minus 1,000 favorites. I'm not saying that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know.
I'll bet you it was big.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Stacy is determined to, prove those odds makers wrong. Because I mean, she's arguably 5 minutes away from one of the biggest upsets we could possibly see. And it's not that Becca's even doing bad.
No.
She's just getting her strong suit absorbed and shut down a bit with the distance closure here of Stacy. All right, round 3.
You can see a little swelling on the eye of Becca. But she's seen this before in combat sports. She's gone late into rounds. She's, this is old bag for Becca Irwin.
You notice she's being long, but also slowly pressuring forward. She's not giving Stacy the ability to crash into that distance. Nice high kick there. This is where Becca needs to turn, though.
I'll tell you what Becca does know is she is in a fight now.
Yo, yeah. If you want to do, if you want to do this full-time professionally, highest level of MMA, it's just going to test you to your wits end, to your limits.
Yeah, you're going to run into these women. You're going to run into these fighters. You're going to run into these people that you're like, I'm 1,000 to 1 over it. And, somebody like Stacy comes in and says, not on my watch.
That's right.
This is not happening. And, you're that big because nobody knows who I am. And, something like this, if Stacy's able to pull this off, I mean, this is a big win. This puts her right on the map.
Oh, yeah.
As one of the top prospects in this weight division.
And this is what makes MMA so great. In no other sport in the world can you have, like, such favorites be upset. Like, in boxing, you don't really ever see it. In professional sports, you never see it.
Yeah.
But in MMA, I mean, anything can happen. And now, granted, in the opening, moments of this round, Becca threw a nice high kick, a nice one, too. Like, Becca won round 1 way more decisively than Stacy maybe won round 2. I think it was a knee to the I don't know. It was a foul. It was a low blow.
Alex. Oh man, that's tough. I mean, it's the one thing when the men are fighting that everyone can relate to. I can't imagine it's any more comfortable for the ladies than it is for the men.
Stacy just gave herself a couple punches.
I saw that.
Get her head clear. I mean, but to be fair, Becca, you knee super hard. I mean,
yeah.
Probably the hardest kneeing lady in the Fury cage.
Yeah, we're gonna see another one of those flurries from Stacy.
Nice little move to her. Her coach is calling for the low kick. Finally assume. Oh, hey, nice. No switch left high kick there. Lightning quick. Yeah, Becca really being diligent on covering the distance. That was a front kick to the body.
Yeah, there's 2.5 minutes left in round 3. And man, this is just, in my opinion, it's too close for either one of these ladies to be, kind of letting this much time go by. Stacy needs to either tie this back up and make this ugly like she did in the first 2 rounds, or Becca has got to, unload some of those punches and land something that causes some significant damage.
Yeah, Becca was doing her best work in that last minute at range. Stacy just hitting a strong tie up here. But see, but Becca she got some points on the board there in a couple of minutes around 3 when she was at range. So, if they just stay tied up on the cage with no damage done, you got to give Becca this round. And I know Becca's been doing her wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I mean, this is certainly a fight. She could look to hit a trip, hit a takedown, show what she's been working on. Because she didn't go from kickboxing to MMA. She took a couple of years to craft the skill set.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm happy to have Stacy Gonzalez on the Fury roster now, because she's showing that in this division she is a real contender here.
Oh yeah, and a handful to deal with. Cardio, gritty as all hell. A minute left in this 3rd round. Nice elbow over the top there from Becca.
And here she goes. You're going to see Stacy try to pin the head with her head, and then she's going to throw a barrage of punches over the top of that clinch.
All right, 30 seconds down the stretch here in round 3. And on a single leg is Stacy. Yeah, the full tie clinch in MMA is a lot less effective just because of the underhooks and the body locks and the wrestling. Nice little break elbow there from Becca. Nice little duck under, little body lock action. We'll see if Stacy tries a head and arm throw. She's trying it. Becca hip to it. And that is the end of this fight. Becca being pushed to new limits here in the cage. Stacy making fans and showing, why taking this fight was the right choice. I do think Becca took rounds 1 and 3. Stacy taking round 2, but round 3 was pretty competitive. And then Stacy finished round 1 really strong. There have been quite a few split decisions tonight for the unofficial commentary card. I got it at 29-28 Irwin. But we will see. Can hit that triple check on the scoring up again.
Yeah, we'll see if this dirty boxing style was enough, and the heavy clinch wrestling, dirty boxing. Stacy made this fight about as ugly as you can get it, and that's that had to be her game plan. But you can tell she knows how to strike. She knows she's this fight never went to the ground, but man, it would have been interesting to see these 2 ladies go to the ground and see what the ground game looked like. But very competitive fight here.
And we got one in the cage. Let's see these scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Space City Collective. With scores of 29-28, 30-27, and 29-28, your winner by unanimous decision, Becca Irwin!
All right, Becca Irwin gets it done. And it took a ton of heart and effort here in her 2nd pro fight. And then props to Stacy, making fans everywhere. A tremendous contest.